Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1153 of FloWrestling Radio, live from Austin, Texas, presented by Nike Wrestling. So excited for today's show. We have a special guest coming on. We'll introduce him in just a moment. First to my right, James Dean Rader, getting ready to be a Bulgaria boy.
Leaving tomorrow.
So we won't have JD on the show for a couple days. I shouldn't tell you that. Going to drive down the ratings. To the left, Andrew Spey. He's here. He's got his work shoes on. Show those things off. Spey's funny. He walks into the office. He's like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
He walks in and then he immediately switches out his shoes and puts on his.
I put on the Mr. Rogers song and beautiful day in the
Spey's
neighborhood.
version of a hard hat.
Instead of a lunch pail, I have one yerba mate, and then I change my shoes.
And to
my
the
work clothes.
To the left, Jonathan Kozak. He's here. He came in straight from the zip line.
Yeah, man, if only there was a zip straight from Hutto to the office.
That would be the coolest commute ever.
Yeah, David was the first one to experience the
well, I'm yet to be invited to the zip line, so
he just said he was coming. He just showed up. So
really,
it's an open door.
All right,
open zip,
open door zip line. Well, that was not made clear to me. All right, and joining us on the horn, UWW head of media and communications, Eric Olanowski. This guy travels the world covering wrestling for United World Wrestling. Just got back from Greece. Eric's on to talk some World Championship stuff. But first, let's check in. Eric, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. I was doing better before I saw Kozak with that open water right next to his computer. No top. He's living dangerous today. Look at that.
Oh, he's crazy.
Hey, I've spilled water on my computer before. Just swap it out.
Yeah, it's just, he doesn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Mark is not listening to this show or
company guy.
Yeah,
it's been a year. I've made it a full year, so
I honestly, I'll be honest, Eric. Just to be fully transparent, I often have open vessels near my computer.
Also, this is Christian's computer.
Well, that's my computer.
I don't even care.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He uses
mine. Worried about it.
Yeah. Wow. So you get a little glimpse of the kind of scumbag Kozak really is. Eric, really excited for the World Championships. Curious for you, as you know, we're just a couple weeks away from Zagreb, September 13th through 21, the World Championships getting going. What are the top storylines in your mind heading into the World Championships?
Yeah, I just opened the entry list. We still have 2 days until it's finalized, but a lot of weight changes you're going to see, especially after the Olympics. A lot of people will sit out. In women's wrestling, a lot of women are having babies. I know Anastasia Nichita, who was the Olympic runner-up, she's expecting a baby any day now. So Helen Maroulis at 57, it's going to be a little watered down, and her normal Japanese opponents, Sugumi Sakurai, is not going to be there, who has beat her in multiple world championships and the Olympics. So that's one thing I'm paying attention to. But really, the one thing that stuck out to me in looking at the early entries was 97 kilos. Absolutely stacked when you look at that. Sadulayev has the potential to be there. There still, of course, are those weighing questions regarding visa issues, and I won't go into detail too much about that. But of course, if he gets past those visa issues, you're going to have himself, Ahmed Tajudinov, who I think is the top pound-for-pound wrestler in the world. You're going to have Rizabek Aitmukan, who is a world champion for Kazakhstan from a few years ago, moving up from 92 to 97. Then Kyle Snyder, Givi Matrashvili, who was Olympic silver medalist, Magomed Magomedov, who was Olympic bronze medalist, and Amir Ali Azapira out of Iran, who will be making his return for the first time since Olympic bronze in Parris as well. So 97 kilos, weight to watch. To me, it's going to be one of those determining factors for who goes up to 125, because you look at the difference in caliber of wrestlers that are going at 125 compared to 97 kilos, and it is a major difference. You have Zare there and a few other guys, but outside of that, it's pretty wide open. I wouldn't say there's a favorite outside of Zare, so I expect this World Championships to really be a determining factor for who's going to go up in at least 26, 27 to 125, because also don't forget Hassan Yazdani will be moving up from 86 to 97 next season as well. So to add another guy into the mix, that would be Olympic champions Tajudinov, Snyder, Sadulayev, and
Yazdani.
Yazdani.
4.
4 in one weight class is too much.
Too much. Yeah, we got to move them around. Well, it's interesting you mentioned a guy moving up. A picture came out, and Kozak can pull it in, of Tazudinov with Taha Akul, and it's not exactly certain who's bigger in this picture. Taha's taller. It looks like he's maybe leaned out a little bit since retirement, but certainly Tazudinov would be a good candidate to move up. However, if you're the top dog at your weight, what's the incentive to move up?
Yeah, and I actually had this conversation with him 3 weeks ago, and it'll be released on UWW Plus in a few weeks, right before the World Championships. But we sat down with him, and I said, "Hey, listen, there have been a ton of rumors about your weight potentially being 115 and you going up to wrestle at heavyweight." And he said, "No, I'm not. There's no chance, at least for this Olympic cycle, that I'm going to go up. So I will stay down at 120, or I will stay down at 97 kilos." But I did see that photo this morning, and he does look like he could go 125.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks big. And Sadulayev doesn't seem like he would have a frame to move up. I'm sure he'd have success, but, Gatsalov did it, of course, in 2013 and won, but just kind of a different time. And Zari's just a different sort of problem for those guys. He's so physically imposing. Heavyweight was pretty weak at that point. I'm curious if there's going to be a resurgence. But, yeah, that is an unbelievable weight class. Without a doubt, that's going to be Sadulayev, even out of the mix, it could still be the toughest weight at Worlds without question. On the women's side, what are some of the top storylines or top weights that you're excited about?
Just going off performances this year, you take Yasmin Adar at a 76 kilos, so I don't think that's a weight to watch, but I would go 65 kilos and looking at Irina Kolyadenko from Ukraine, Ringachi being from Moldova, and Grace Bullen being from Norway. 2 Olympic medalists there and a world champion. And 2 of my favorite matches this season have been Ringachi, the world champion from Moldova, and Bullen, the world bronze medalist from Norway. They put on the match of the year at the European Championships, and then they met in the finals of the Hungarian ranking series event. And Ringachi, going into it, Zarabi Iakobiashvili, the coach for Grace Bullen, they train out of Georgia. So she is Norwegian, but she's the only Norwegian women's wrestler there around her weight. So she trains out of Georgia predominantly throughout the season. And he was saying, hey, listen, she's not in peak season performance. We're not looking, or we didn't expect her to be at the top of her game. It's summer. But somehow she went down big. It was either 8 or 9 points and ended up picking up the fall. And that has been the story of their matches. If there are 3 women's wrestlers who could wrestle Greco because they are high flyers, it would be Kolyadenko, Bullen, and Ringachi. So you put those 3 in a weight class, you wrestle it 10 different days, and you're going to get 10 different results. So that is the top weight class that I will be paying attention to, only just because of the electricity that they bring.
Moving back to the senior men's circuit, Team USA, very different team, a lot of new faces. Internationally, you're an American, obviously, but you, with your experience and the amount of time you spend around the other federations, what is the view, if there is one, on this team that USA is going to be sending to the World Championships?
Just in talking with people, I think it's one of those things where they have an understanding that they are young, but this is one of those things that needs to happen in the transition period from USA. You get rid of Dake, Taylor, Burroughs, all those guys, you're going to take your lumps, right? Those are generational talents that are leaving the space for USA Wrestling. So these young guys coming in, I think it's important to not set the high expectations. More, this would just be to get experience at this level, right? You get experience in 25, you get experience in 26, and come 27, that Olympic year, with the qualification system, it's going to be extremely important. So I think they're looking forward, having the understanding that these guys, they're not expecting them to medal. I could tell you it's 4 medals is what a lot of people are saying, 3 or 4 for Team USA.
Gotcha. Well, sobering. We'll see what it winds up being true. I think we get more than 4, but you know what? We took some lumps last year, and in some places we didn't expect. Kyle Snyder not medaling was was certainly a shock in some other places. Not winning a gold for the first time since, I don't know, the 60s or something crazy.
I feel like international people are a lot more hesitant to like go out on a limb and say somebody will medal their first year.
Yeah.
Kind of like us, I think, with other international wrestlers where we might be a little more hesitant. We're like, hey, he's not done it before. She's not done it before. Like, I need to see it first.
Do you think that it's reasonable, you know, for Team USA to finish on the podium in men's freestyle?
Yeah, certainly. I think so. I haven't seen the Indian team. I know with that I'm a little hesitant to jump. If they put out a lineup, I wait until they show up, just because for this year in particular, it has been up and down. The entries come in and they change them last minute. So I don't know who India is going to bring, but I would say, of course, when you look at Russia, they haven't announced their lineup yet, and I know they're holding that off until they announce the new head coach, which should come at any day. Right now, I do know who they're going to hire. I can't break the news to you guys on here, but they're going to announce that once they officially hire the new head coach.
Yeah.
And of course, Iran. They're going to bring a solid team. Some youth down low, but when you get up to those upper weights, I think with Gazimpur going 86 kilos, that's going to be extremely tough for him. You look at him, right? He wrestled Snyder at 97 kilos, then dropped down to 92, nearly beat Sajalayev, had Taylor on the ropes as well. So him dropping down 6 more kilos, I mean, his muscle mass already was insane. His body fat has to be 8% if he's going to get to 86 kilos. So, I mean, him winning a medal is going to really determine a lot for the team race, I think. And it all comes down to that second day weigh, and he's going to be cutting a lot. So, well, that's something.
Looking at 86, I think, you know, 97 is the weight with maybe the credentials, but 86 in terms of just firepower, you know, you got Ramazanov, the Olympic champion. Kadi Magomedov has looked way better than I thought he would at 86. We've got Zahid. You just mentioned Gazimpur. Who, as you look at 86, who is the favorite in your mind, or even in the international circles?
Yeah, it has to be Ramazanov, only because he's coming off the Olympic gold and he just won he won Euros, but if you remember back to Euros, he was down big against Caddy, and you mentioned it, Caddy jumping up from 74 to 86. You could tell that the fire's reinvigorated, like it's reignited. He's there to compete. He had his mind set on going MMA, so he was going 50-50 on training when he was down at 74, and mentally he was more focused on the weight cut rather than wrestling. So for him now, we sat down with him in Budapest as well to talk about this, and he's firing on all cylinders. I'm excited to see that. I honestly believe he's probably number one in terms of where he's at wrestling, as a dark horse to win outside of Ramazanov. I was so impressed with him when he was competing at the European Championships. I was shocked to go up from 74 to 86, and it really looked seamless.
I totally agree, and I completely agree with you that he can absolutely win the weight. Zahid Valencia, thoughts on how he fits in at this weight class?
Yeah, I would say he's not one of the top 2, gold, silver, but he's a guy for sure who could break in and shock some people. I don't think a lot of people are putting him on their radar, even though he's coming off 2 wins against Kyle Dake at Final X. And if I'm not mistaken, he beat him one time before or 2 times?
He beat him once. He beat him at
once, so
the
3
US
total.
Open.
Yeah, I was licking my chops when I saw that it was Zahid and Kadi Magomedov both entered in Budapest. That was going to be my gauge on where is Zahid at, right? Because although I am supposed to be on the fence with most things,
impartial.
You give the US a little bit the benefit of the doubt because I've watched him since he was little, so I have an understanding of his wrestling and what he's capable of. But you have to put all those things together on one weekend, and can he do it? The gauge was going to be the Hungarian ranking series event, but unfortunately he pulled out late.
That was a bummer. I really wanted to see that match. Eric, give us a sense. Your job definitely one of the coolest jobs in all of wrestling. You get to travel the world. Do you know how many countries you've actually been to for wrestling?
I don't know how many. I know. So it's like I've been Kyrgyzstan, Azerbaijan, Hungary, Croatia, Albania, all those at least 3
Balkans.
times. But I know I've been on 70 plus international trips. I don't
Dang.
know how many countries that has been. I would say close to 50.
Wow. What would you say is the craziest place you've been able to go? Wrestling aside. Where?
Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan was crazy, but also Jordan was another one earlier this year for the Asians.
Where was that?
Amman, Jordan.
Oh, Jordan. Gotcha.
Middle East, just with a big old American flag planted on my credential.
Yeah. Has to
Yeah.
be a unique experience. What's Kyrgyzstan like?
It's amazing. The hospitality when you go to these places is next to none, right? Because not a lot of people come to these locations,
Mm-hmm.
and when you go, they just want to make sure that you're well taken care of. That everything I'm saying, from the time you go to bed, there's somebody at your door to the time you wake up. Okay, you ready for food? I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. Let me get my thoughts together. But they go above and beyond.
That's cool. Any interesting stories or anecdotes from your time covering international wrestling that you would want to share?
Wrestling related or anything?
Anything.
Yeah, well, we were in Jordan earlier this year, and we went to Petra, which is one of the wonders of the world. It is the old Bedouin complex where they carved the city inside of the side of mountains. And we went there, and one of our graphic designers, I went there with a girl from Russia, a guy from Iran, and a guy from Lithuania. And our driver was someone from the Jordanian Federation. So he wasn't an official taxi driver. But the girl who was from Russia, Karina, we were leaving Petra, and she was trying to get a ride to this town called Wadi Rum. And yeah, exactly. That's it. And she was trying to get a ride to a town called Wadi Rum, and the taxi driver says it's going to be 50 euros. And she says, no, thank you. So he went and told the cops that he thinks we're kidnapping this girl.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So we go to pull out, and the cops pull up beside us. And the Iranian and the Lithuanian were leaving that night from the airport. 4-hour drive from Amman over to Petra. So we had to get back, or else they were going to miss their flight. The police pull us out. They take our drivers, the cab driver. Keep in mind, he wasn't an official cab driver. So then they take his license, so we can't leave. And we were held for 3 hours by the Jordanian police.
Oh,
and at this point, when I go on these trips, I have a saying, don't be a hero. I'm not here to save anybody. I don't want anybody to save me. I'll just lay low. I just stayed in the back of the car, and for 3 hours, ultimately they had to go to speak to the police chief in Petra, Jordan, to get this taken care of. Then we had to have a police escort outside of Jordan outside of Petra to show the cab drivers that they were kind of taking care of us, like,
wow.
Oh, we got these guys, the bad guys.
Dang.
But to be held for 3 hours by Jordanian police was very unsettling.
Yeah, I would imagine so. All right, a real quick one. Best food, worst food. What's the place where you go? It's like, oh, the food's gonna be great, or it's like, oh man, this is not good.
Oh, Turkey for sure. Turkey is
best
the top food. Best food without a doubt. Just meat over a hot fire. You name it, lamb, chicken, fish, all of it is perfect. Everything is great.
Nice. Now, what's the worst?
Oh, worst food. I mean, some of the spots we go to, right, it's going to be a lot of chicken, rice, potatoes, because it's the cheapest for the organizers to give you.
Yeah.
So if you don't go out on your own dime, majority of the spots, you're going to get chicken, rice, and potatoes 7 days a week.
Nice, like a bodybuilder. The Ronnie Coleman diet.
Yeah, after a while, you're just like, oh, this again?
Gotcha. Well, Eric, before we let you go, any for American wrestling fans, something that they should be especially excited for leading into either U20s or the Senior World Championships in the coming weeks?
Yeah, well, I think I don't know if you've mentioned the broadcasting. We're
Yes.
expanding the coverage on the broadcast. So we will have every every session, every match covered on Flow and UWW Plus for the World Championships. We're also, we will have German commentary as well. So we'll have English, Farsi, and German for the Senior World Championship. So that's massive news, continuing to try and expand on our coverage and hit every language that we can. I know that we have aspirations to eventually get to Hindi and Japanese and Russian. So that's one thing. And
That's awesome.
yeah. It's really exciting.
Did you want Spade to do the German?
Does he speak German?
No.
No, I could do a German accent.
Yeah.
I could just try to be like Arnold and call the matches that way.
And he's Austrian, so.
They still speak the same language, no?
Okay, I didn't know that. So that's just a sneak peek, folks.
Yeah. I think we're gonna pass on that, though.
All right.
All right, yeah. If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
I tried, Spay. I'm trying to give you some unique opportunities. Well, cool. Yeah, we are excited about that. We're gonna be able to commentate those matches, and of course, U20s starts this week. We're sending Mr. Bulgaria himself there. So if you need anything, Eric, JD's your man. Hit him up. He'll be our man.
Holding it down in Bulgaria.
That's right. Well, Eric.
A little bit of that mustache action, though.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
have to send you a photo from Greece. I tried growing mine out. Not as good as that.
Is that going to be a hit in Bulgaria?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Real man.
What a beast. All right. Awesome, Eric. Really appreciate you coming on. Hope to have you on again soon. Glad you're getting a little time at home. I know you were at Greece. Thanks for all your work for wrestling. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Take care.
Thanks, Eric. See ya.
See ya.
Dang, man. Imagine 70 international trips. How many do you have, Spay? I think you have the most of all of us, probably.
Not that many, and I wanted to know, like, get some lounge tips.
Well, yeah.
I gotta hit him up.
Oh.
Just think about how many lounges he's been able to go to, and how many different airports.
Guess she's gonna get a lot of international lounge time.
Ooh, you coming up? You're gonna be Mr. Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just living life. When you go and then you go to far off places and you got apparently a servant like waking you up, getting you food, taking care of you that way. And then when you get to the airport, it's the same thing. You just go in the lounge and they're taking, they're bussing your table, they're bringing you more food.
All right.
That's the life.
Real wrestling nut. All right.
I'm just in it for the lounges. I never actually cared about wrestling.
No, he just accidentally learned a lot about it
Yeah, it's all part of my plan.
through osmosis. All right. Well, today is 61 kilogram day because it's after 57. And so Kozak has been tediously putting everything together. We're going to run through who the favorites are, the contenders, the dark horses, if Jax Forrest is going to win, which was the question posed, or medal, which was the question posed in the title. So, Kozak, why don't you take it away, 61 kilograms?
Before we get
Wait.
61,
Wait.
I do want to shout out, starting September 1st,
yes.
we are going to have what we are calling our next generation brackets coming out on FloArena and FloWrestling.org. Kind of revamped. Arena has been stagnant for many years, and we sent out a bunch of surveys to all you who listened, and we tried to update it as best we could and take everything into consideration. And
Yeah.
we're really happy with the new brackets that are
Yeah, it
coming out.
definitely goes beyond an update. It's a complete revamp of the event management, and as the season gets rolling, we could pull in a bracket here.
This is not a fresh coat of paint. This is a new system.
Yeah, completely new system. 100% free text alerts, which is a great offering, and we're super excited about it. And once wrestling season really gets going, we'll be able to pull this in a lot more. It's gonna be really helpful for us. So yeah, good note, JD. Thank you.
We got that little demo from our internal guys, and I just love the fact that like any question we had is like he knew exactly, like he wants to get to it. They had a whole plan, like he was jazzed up about we're putting that in, or that's this date, or this is all coming. So
We got to get him on.
yeah, that has high energy,
This
and
dude.
like he's pumped to make this like the absolute best experience.
It's like if Tom Brands were like a software
100%.
engineer.
Yeah.
Multiple people have said if Tom Brands liked product, it would be this guy.
He wanted to ship new product.
Yes. Anyways, good note, JD. All right, 61 kilograms, Kozak. Take it away, sir.
61 kilograms. Yeah, really fun weight. Like the combination of veterans who have won. We got Aguyev, who's won Worlds and Olympics. Bakarov, world champion, but then you also got the
Look
new
at
guys.
Bakarov. He looks 46 there.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
seen.
I'm
he's,
sorry.
This is a
He's
dude
seen
who's-
some
He's
stuff.
lived many lives.
Yeah. But yeah, you got Jax Forrest, and then you got new guy for Japan, Suda. So I already, unlike last week, I've already done the preview for this. So all of the things that we're going to talk about here, I've put into written form that you can go on the website and you can look. So I actually divided this into 4 categories of competitors. So I have Aguyev as the favorite, which, by the way, we've all been saying his name wrong over these.
Well, it's always been like this too. It just depends on like what translation.
So it's gone back and forth. Like there was a time that he on Instagram didn't have the V in it,
Right.
and then recently he put the V in.
You put the V back.
So it's
well, if you go to Wikipedia for
I don't
his
even know who he
entry,
is.
and then you hit the Russian language version of his page, there's no V.
Yeah, but then if you go on the Russian nationals brackets, they put the V in.
But is that a typo might have gotten in his passport and he just has to keep it? I mean, that's happened to guys before.
don't know.
Gozumov used to be Gazumov because when he went to Azerbaijan, instead of making it an A or an O, they made it an A.
Here's the thing, though.
So for his whole time in Azerbaijan, he was called not his name.
If you had a typo on your passport, would you also put the typo in your
Absolutely not.
Sometimes.
Instagram?
It
Right.
depends
No.
on what mood I was
But
in.
for the longest time, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't know who he is. This guy's not the favorite to win 61.
Anyways.
He has not medaled at a world championship since 2021.
Yeah.
A quad ago.
Yeah.
And he's our favorite. He's not my favorite.
He's still really good.
I know.
All right, so I'm gonna.
I know
I'm
all
going to
that.
make it a mission to find out what's up with his first name as well.
Yeah,
It's like a,
we need to find it out. But
Let's corner him in
Yeah.
Croatia. Be like,
Well-
listen.
V, no V.
Yeah.
yeah, well, we can, as long as she's not being kidnapped, Karina, who works for UWW, she's like kind of a translator
Yeah.
for all the Russian people. So,
yeah. So
Russian
I'm
speakers.
gonna pull in some highlights here.
Well, let's pull in the garbage time points he scored against Vito
Yeah.
as a compelling case for
So
his favorite.
no, he loves this outside step, especially off the whistle. I got a couple
Little swim.
good examples of that. Yeah, a little swim outside step. So yeah, he loves doing this. He is. I don't know how he can't make 57 still. He is still
That'd be his head.
so small. Yeah, his head
A lot of weight up there.
takes up a huge portion of his body.
Probably also just like, yeah, I'm a world and Olympic champion at 57. Why cut the weight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he didn't medal last year. He lost to Ono, lost to Vito. But since then, he's been
How about that was just reflect. That was the side of the bracket.
yeah.
Ono, Vito, and Agoyev.
Yeah. Since then, he's been really good.
Yeah.
He won the Euregan, he won Euros, and he won Russian Nationals, obviously. So, yeah, he's.
All right.
I think he's the favorite only because since Worlds he hasn't lost, he's beaten everybody in the weight, and just based off of his track record, he does win. You mentioned he hasn't won Worlds since
Medaled.
the Olympics, or hasn't medaled, but he's still really good.
Yeah.
He's beaten everybody in the weight, and I think he can win again this year. These are some clips of him not winning. Vito just kind of making it look really easy, getting the legs and finishing, and that's what I think with Jax. I think the length can be an issue. Like his ability, if he can get to legs, I think he'll be able to finish. Oh yeah, this is a great 4 by Hartunian.
Artunian's good for one of those.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm really curious if Jax wrestles him, what that match will look like. What do you guys think? How do you think Jax matches up against?
I like the length aspect. If Jax can't open him up, it'll be a challenge. If Agoyev just holds position really well and kind of slows things down, does Jax get frustrated and over pursue and make a mistake? The guy's really savvy. He knows how to win matches. At least he did.
I think that was helped by being at 57, where the strength and power, like against his match with Gilman at the Olympics, where it's like you have 10 seconds to go and get a 1 or a 2, and you can find a way because you are just as strong, if not stronger. than your opponent. Now where you might not have that advantage, but he might with Jax. Strength, straight up strength. I don't know about necessarily power or whatever.
It's often hard to like quantify the strength for like the lankier dudes that aren't as like
Sure.
pick you up and explode. Like you don't really know. Like Seth Gross is obviously strong, but no one ever says, "Oh, that dude's so strong."
I was just thinking
know?
of Seth when you're talking about guys like that, because it's like they can do things with leverage and with getting to positions that you're not used to.
Vito's strong. Vito's kind of both
Yeah.
lanky and it's kind of explosive.
That's the combo you want.
Yes, Abakarov. I don't think you could probably make him a favorite. I don't think there's a favorite here on paper. I don't think you have to necessarily pick one. I can't stamp my name on one. But I am curious, Kozak, what has Zelimkhan been up to? We saw him at Worlds in Albania.
Yeah.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like a shell of himself. I should probably find a picture
the
of that
Olympics, yeah.
at the Olympics. He almost
making
lost
57?
to Guinea-Bissau, and then who did he lose to at the Olympics? I forget.
Was that
Was it Haratunian?
No, he lost to Haratunian at Euros. Let me kill some time here. Yeah.
Guinea-Bissau guy is tough. Unifafe? Is that your name?
Yeah, no, he's not bad, but he should not beat.
No.
Abakarov was kind of the favorite to win the Olympics.
Oh, he got killed by Oman.
Oh, yeah.
off.
That is not someone you want to wrestle if you're tired.
He got 12-0'd by Oman. But, yeah, Abakarov lost a close match to Haratunian at Euros. It was a 4-2. He got taken down and then laced once, and then just couldn't break through head hands for Haratunian. Then took bronze, but he looked better. I mean, he looked better at Euros than he did at the Olympics.
Who did he lose to at Euros?
Haratunian.
Haratunian. Okay.
Yeah. So I can pull in some highlights of Abakarov here in just a second.
Yeah, I mean, but he was the guy that beat Gilman in 2022 at the World Championships. Looked really good there, winning that, and then took bronze in the crazy 57-kilogram bracket in 23. Won by Stevan Micic, but had Rei Higuchi, Agoyev, Abakarov.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you talk about his hit list: Abakarov, Aguyev, Gilman, and Vito.
Yeah,
like. He beat Vito. He beat Vito the year Vito won Worlds at 61.
Yes.
Guyev won 57 that year. And that was a weird match. So Abakarov's dangerous because he's got good counters.
Got everything.
Really good counters. Good on top. And then he can also just kind of shut people down if he wants to. And that's what he did against Vito. It was a 2-0 match, and Vito got put on the shot clock twice. And Vito just couldn't score against them. So
it's hard to unsee some of his stuff, the Olympic. But for me, he's a guy, best version on size, all things considered. I think he's the most dangerous one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at this stage in his career, lightweights don't always age as gracefully. But what we've seen him do, I think he's a scary guy, scary guy, because I think he's bigger and stronger than Agoyev. I think he's got a lot of the things that makes Agoyev dangerous. I think he has better reattacks than Zauer. Zauer's maybe better at generating offense, just straight up leg attack stuff. But Abakarov, maybe, I don't know if he's better parterre offense than Agoyev, but both good on top.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, he's scary.
Yeah.
And maybe by going the route through Albania, he's not fighting it out with the rest of the Russians at Russian Nationals. Maybe there's less there's less wear and tear on his body, and that lets him continue wrestling a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, possible.
Maybe. I mean, it's not like Guyev is like out there competing all the time.
Yeah.
He kind of says Russian Nationals and then goes to Euros.
No, but he had to fight and claw his way just to make it to that level. Whereas
true.
Albania, their nationals not quite as tough.
Yeah.
Abakarov's 32.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a little baby.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say about Aguyev.
Double Jax.
Aguyev, even going.
It's true. Almost double Jax Forrest.
Double the Jax.
Yeah. I was going to say Aguyev going through Urigan, Russian Nationals. Like, I can't believe that Russia doesn't have anybody that can beat him yet at 61. And even like the guys that he wrestles, he looks so much smaller than him, but he's still like, he still is able to control hand fight really well, control space. Like he still has some power up in weight.
When he announced he was moving up, we were kind of like, all right, it's time to see him off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Like, it's his time. And then he's just
Yeah.
hung around for 4 years.
Yeah, I at Worlds last year, I'm like, I gotta stand next to this guy, and Christian got a video of me next to him, which I don't have right now. But
He towered.
yeah, he's got to be like 5'1". He's
Yeah.
so tiny.
Yeah,
Anyways, I
the
can't
crazy
get
part
over
was when you picked him up.
And I held him, I carried him like a
cradled him
little
like a baby.
Yeah, no,
And then he tried to fight, and you're just like, shh.
yeah, it's okay, buddy. But no, you think Bakrov is the maybe the best guy in the bracket, or maybe the biggest threat? I think it's Suda.
Yeah.
I think Suda might be the best guy. And we were talking this
There we
morning. I called him kind of maybe like a Walmart Ono, but you said the kids are saying Timu.
Yeah, Caleb says Timu.
So,
He called someone Timu Spencer Lee the
but
other day.
a lot of the things that he does, he is similar to what Ono does, and I got a little highlight here.
Okay.
So a lot of like the snap, and he runs, picks a side, but he's really quick to a leg. He's a good finisher when he gets on the legs. He's good on top.
What is this?
Just kind of generating his own parterre stuff. Yeah, see, little snap, picks a side, and then he can just kind of run through it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so really quick single leg, and then he will use that underhook and just drive people out of bounds as well. So, and yeah, this is a good clip here. It shows his defensive abilities. Looks like, oh man, he's going to give up this takedown for sure. Doesn't give it up, and then uses this pressure and just throws it by. Whoop.
Dang.
Yeah, so
You can make fun all you want, but great value. Sometimes they got some
Yeah.
good stuff.
That's a good point, JD.
yeah.
I was raised on great value.
That's right.
And Suda's a guy, he's been pretty active this year. He has had some close matches, but he's won them all. He just figures out a way to win. He's he's won both like low scoring matches. He beat the Iranian Javan in a 2-2 match, but then he's also won really high scoring crazy matches. Beat Naichin Mangush, held on in like an 8-8 match. So that's where you look at, when you go to Worlds. What's that?
No, yeah.
Oh, I thought you
I was
said
like,
something.
like Jax in a Jax match. You think
Yeah.
about it like that,
Yeah, against Jax, but also like when you go to Worlds, like you're gonna have to win a lot of different ways. You're gonna have to run the gauntlet. And Suda's a guy that's shown that can do that.
All right. Well, I don't really like this video
Yeah.
because I watched maybe 4 matches of Suda and was not overly, I mean, he's obviously really good, but I wasn't like this.
Is this
guy.
fake news from
and
Japanese Kozak?
And now I'm watching this all together. And, with the editing softwares these days, who knows if this even happened, these videos. But I am.
Buzz just got really good at AI prompts.
Yeah.
So that's what all this is.
Well, that's what I'm a little worried about because as someone asked me, some question, for about international wrestling, wanted the Flow guys to weigh in. I said these people have been compromised. We don't know who is
true.
on the take for these foreign nations. But anyway, that Suda footage was compelling and intimidating.
Well, and I think we haven't mentioned it. When Ono came up to you at, was it the Open?
The Open.
What did he say?
He said maybe same. It basically like he's as good as me. Maybe I win, but then he said I would win.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was his opinion. I was like, okay, but then, he's the guy and he's good and
Yeah. And the interesting thing about this bracket too, I'll pull up the seeds like based off their rankings and everything. Only of like the top guys in the bracket, only Aguyev and Suda are going to be seeded. And Aguyev's set to be the number 1 seed, and Suda is going to be the 4 seed. So if there's a side of the bracket that you want Jax to be on, it's probably bottom side. With Aguyev and Suda up on the top side, they're probably going to meet in the semis. You don't want Jax to hit either of those guys.
Hit them in the
really.
quarter. They hit in the semi.
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if Suda worked for the government, he'd be a Suda Fed.
That is correct.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. I put so
Jax is ranked 5th.
I put,
Yeah, he beat Vito.
I put Jax 5th. Yeah. So I did put Hartunian as another gold contender, which I don't know is like super realistic, but he's medaled 3 times. All he sees is
He can
bronze.
medal all he wants. He's never winning gold.
Yeah.
Thing is, we might have said that about the GOAT Musakayev at a point in time. And then,
I never said that.
yeah, me either. None of us ever said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
But I feel like he does kind of fit that mold as like an always medalist, never wins, and then just, he won.
Mm-hmm.
You just hang around long enough, find the right path one year,
Yes.
have somebody lose.
and turn it on, and then maybe your second day you're better than a guy who had a great first day in the finals, Amuzad style.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Hartunian's the guy that Dayton beat at 2021
11-0.
Worlds. Yeah, killed him. And so you kind of look at that like,
He has the worst parterre defense.
yeah, not
Gets-
good.
Say
He
Dayton
gets turned like a top against like multiple people.
Yeah.
Dayton got on top and went gut.
But he's also beaten almost everyone in the bracket except Aguyev. He beat Abakarov at Euros this year. Here he is against the Kyrgyzstan guy, Zumishbek Ulu. He teched the guy that just beat
How bad did he beat
Vito. Pretty handily. Yeah, it wasn't too close.
Ulu's good.
Yeah, I got some fun
Oh, boy.
Ulu highlights
Let's see it.
for us here in a second. So the way that I divided it was, all right, favorite is Aguyev, and then I feel like they're the gold contenders, the guys who have done things, kind of proven that they're, at the
You
level.
put Jax in that category?
I put Jax in the next tier down as like a medal contender. So I can show you the guys that I included in that category. I feel like that is a pretty large list of guys here.
Well, and in your defense, to be fair and to say like this is how I'm categorizing everybody. Jack's just by dint of being too young doesn't have the accomplishments that those guys have been out there, wrestling each other for a while.
Yeah, so I feel like this group is a little larger, and some of the guys are going to be super draw dependent. Like so, a guy like the guy from Kazakhstan who just teched Seth Gross or Javan from Iran. I feel like they're more, if they get on that bottom side and they have a good path to a medal, like these are the guys who are going to do it. Maybe like more of a random medalist. But of this group, Zumishbek Ulu is like definitely the most fun, and he's got some really fun highlights. You guys can talk about him for a second as I bring in those highlights.
Yeah, I know. I only remember his match against Nick Lee at the Bill Farrell. That was not good.
Mm-hmm.
He said, all right, Nick, you go to your back now.
Yeah,
And he said that repeatedly.
yeah. Hhis run at the
He's really,
the Farrell.
he's really good at this kind. Like he kicks out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he gives this one up.
Yeah, this is the guy that just teched Seth Gross. Super good.
Dang.
Super good leg lace, and this might be his highlights instead. So we can watch his stuff
He's
first.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
Geldy.
He's really good. He beat Zumishbek Ulu. Yeah,
He looks big.
big.
I don't like this.
Really good at setting up his leg lace.
This is why, for me, I think it's going to be really tough for Jax to win a medal, but specifically even gold or silver, because this weight is deep. There's not really a final boss or one or two bosses at the weight, but it's deep, which means he's going to have to win several really tough matches in different styles of matches, like we've been talking about, where it's not like those most of like the 97s or 86s where they all kind of play the same game. They're not incredibly dynamic. Some of these guys here, they're going to shut it down. Some are going to go crazy and try and score points, and Jax is going to have to win different styles of matches and 3 or 4 to make the podium.
This dude's a powerhouse.
Yeah,
Who's he lost to? Who's he lost to in the last year?
He lost to, let's see, he had a close match against
Nazi there in that clip was like,
like,
okay, you
got a
got me. You
40
texted me and he said him again.
He had a 4-3 match against Suda. Really close match against Suda. Trying to think of who else he lost to.
Bad.
Sorry, but yeah, he's really tough. He's a
It
guy
makes
who
you
might
think
surprise
like
people.
the most frustrating result for Jax would be like, oh, he's the landmine. So somebody hits him and he blows up, whatever one guy's trip to the finals would have been. But then he can't get by the next 2-3 guys just to get to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do I think Jax is capable on his best day of beating just about anyone in this bracket? Probably, or at least very much contending with. But
Stack up those matches.
exactly,
Probability goes down for all these guys.
right.
Those lower weights are just so wild.
It's one of the worst shows we've ever had.
Kozak,
Yes.
do you think it is more likely that Jax medals or does not medal this year?
Go ahead and say it.
Oh, I think it's more likely he does not.
I knew it.
Yeah.
But look, we're just setting things up so that when things do go right,
I always say undersell, over deliver.
yeah.
And it's one of those things too where maybe you try to like work against your own bias. Like I know I'm going to be biased towards Americans. Like
Yeah.
I want them to win.
Still waiting for those moments.
But I've seen it too many times where like you come in and you're like, yeah, this guy's going to do awesome, and then maybe he doesn't. And you're like, okay, that was just my American bias getting the
When has that happened?
I don't know.
Where it,
Recently,
where we were like, this was, and the conclusion was
Olympics last year.
okay, but where the conclusion was we were straight wrong about this person.
Yeah,
Like
Kyle Dake, I thought was a huge lock.
yeah.
to make the finals for sure last year. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, you already beat Takatani.
But I will say this: that didn't happen. He literally has beaten Takatani, so it's not like it was so unrealistic.
Mason Parris last year too.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're all well versed enough so that like all of our takes are going to be defensible and not look just flat out wrong in hindsight.
I guess my point being, I don't think we've ever been like crazy high on someone and they just it was either unfounded, basically a first time person go out there, we're really high on them and then they just come back with nothing. We're like, oh, we were just way off here. I feel like that doesn't happen very often.
That's because we're too good for that.
We're just too good.
I just think we're also helping to get ahead of. There's going to be a lot of people that tune in, and we're going to do a good job hyping it up. And then if the results aren't like 6 or 7 golds or whatever medals, then they're going to be like, "What's wrong with USA Wrestling?" and that whole crowd, which obviously you got to ignore to a certain point. But also, like, I think it's good to set realistic expectations on another level. And maybe we're more too pessimistic on some levels, and it's more fun to get all hype anyway. Whatever, not to beat that dead horse, but
I do think expectations broadly are probably tampered this year because of all the because of the Olympics last year and because of all the first-time guys or very inexperienced guys. However, I don't think that will stop the takes from flying afterwards if USA does not perform well. Even with low expectations, people are going to be like, what the F is going on?
yeah,
Well, if it happens 2 years in a row, and if we only had 4 medals and like no golds, that would be bad.
yeah, that's the victim of your own success, and now the standard has been set.
Yeah.
All right, I got our boy Zumish Beck.
Finally,
This guy's fun. He's a guy that you want to watch as long as he's not wrestling like an American because he can do some fun things. A lot of it's upper body. Here's him against Nashon, which he doesn't score.
Good
there,
job,
but
Nashon.
It was fun. And there's
No.
there's him throwing.
Or that one.
Lefty.
Yeah, he ends up pinning Nashon. And then at the FRL
No.
a couple years ago, he went on a run where he beat Kaladzik, Ashnault, and Nick Lee in consecutive matches. That was at 65.
yeah, is that the pre-Olympics when they don't have the non-Olympic weights?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a lot of the foreigners don't realize that when they show up and they just have to wrestle up a weight.
They're like, what?
Yeah, so he's really tricky. Tricky to finish on. Definitely dangerous if you want to go upper body with him. He was a guy that it was 2023. He was having really good results, and I picked him to beat Vito, and then Vito just ran through him that year. So yeah, you don't want to go upper body with him. Nick Lee kept doing it, and it didn't work out good for him. Here he is against Kaladzik. Once he gets this underhook, body lock, you're not gonna do much there against him. So he's just like, just kind of reinforces what we've been saying is 61. It's got some landmines.
Didn't know if he's going to be rocking the goatee at Worlds.
Oh yeah, can we find out?
That could give him more power.
Yeah.
Have you seen AJ Ferrari is not rocking the goatee?
Yeah,
Is he going to have the sky?
We've unlocked a new AJ. This is heavyweight AJ.
Gonna have the,
I'm
he's
liking
got a
what I'm
goatee.
seeing. Also, this man is eating like 4 or 5 steaks a day, 6 steaks. What was this number?
I thought he said 10 to 12.
10 to 12?
yeah.
so much steak.
Well, I mean, I usually eat between 13 and 14 steaks a day, but
That's true, but you have a lot more.
Did he
power.
say
See, I can only
Well, yeah, more
eat 8, but it's because I slop them up every single one.
Yeah,
Did he say that in an Instagram post?
No, it was an interview with some local Nebraska media.
I believe it though. Like, I'm sure AJ has exaggerated some things, but we've seen him deadlift the number
Dude,
he goes to.
12 steaks a day?
Yeah,
That's insane.
It's AJ. AJ's got, he could be a competitive eater if he wanted to be. He's got that. Have you ever seen Beard Meets Food?
Beard eats food.
Yeah, those are professional eaters.
AJ could be a professional.
That's what he is now.
Okay.
He could
I'm also just saying budget-wise. How does that
That's
work?
what. That is where my mind goes. It's a
Slice of
man
beef
who
going through the
purchases
roof.
a lot of steak. It's like, I mean, if he's just eating like a 12 ounce.
All right. We knew that our boy Saturday Night Lights would clip this because he clips everything. He said NCAA
He already clipped this clip of us talking about his
Yeah.
clip.
okay. NCAA champ AJ Ferrari told Husker Online he's eating 5 to 10 steaks or 12 pieces
Okay.
of salmon
Okay.
a day as he bulks
Easy
up.
work.
That's a straight grizzly bear diet. 12 salmon. That's like a coastal brown bear.
He just waits by the river as they're flocking upstream. He's just grabbing, and then he pulls out the bones like Heathcliff.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
100%, I believe it.
I mean, 12 pieces of salmon. Okay, 5 to 10. I mean, what an insane range.
They're just.
I either eat 5 or 10.
Are we talking fillets? Are we talking?
Well, it sounds like he
tomahawks?
eats 5 per. Well, I don't know. I didn't watch the clip, but maybe he eats 5 per meal. So it's like 5 for breakfast or 5 for lunch, and then if I eat steak for dinner, it's 5.
Or 7 salmon.
Or he's having steak taco, steak salad for lunch,
Steak and eggs.
and steak,
Oh.
and then a steak grilled steak topped steak. for
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
All very possible. Hey, do we know if North Korea is sending anybody at 61, or they're still a black box of? Who
I don't
knows?
know.
Yeah,
We'll know in 2 days, according to Eric.
that's another potential bad news thing that where they'll just show up with a guy that haven't never wrestled internationally before.
They've had him in the lab.
They've just been in the training,
Yeah.
whatever environment that they have in North Korea, and then they release them randomly when
Yeah.
they feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
We should send you there. You would probably be their king. You'd be the biggest person ever to go to North Korea.
Well,
I told you they're trying to open up to tourism. They built a water park.
Yeah, and then you're in a Potemkin
It's true.
village
Look it
the
up.
whole
It's like a
time.
resort. They built a resort on the beach.
It would be.
Westerners are allowed to go, but when you look at how they do it, it's like they have a minder the whole time, and if you go to escape and try to go see stuff for real, they end up just murdering you.
No, that's not, that's
That doesn't
that's
sound like the
that's
Kim Jong-un that you
propaganda.
know.
No.
Winsu Water Park.
You could just take over.
I don't.
Bay, you're going to be a foot taller than all these people, and that's not even factoring in power.
They took that guy's uncle and they blew him away with machine gun fire.
They don't have guns.
50 caliber machine guns destroyed his uncle.
Are you scared of a gun now?
I'm scared of
You scared of-
guns.
It's a beautiful water park.
Looks great, and only
Look at the sun.
Only a few villages had to starve to death to gather the resources.
You don't know what happened.
That's like you want to go.
No, I would not.
I would also be one of the largest, most powerful people in North Korea.
I would not want to take that opportunity from you, Spade.
Why is this dude standing in the middle of the
Safety.
Safety.
bull flush there?
Yeah. Why are all these weird things happening in a completely whack job country that doesn't do anything normally?
A little judgmental.
That's right.
Okay, so Spade's going to go to the Munsu Water Park here.
So,
Munsu.
one of my favorite.
Typhoon, Texas, Schlitterbahn. Honestly, up there, Munsu.
And then Moonsu. People keep sleeping on the Moonsu water park when they're talking about greatest places to go down water slides.
Yeah. How many months a year can you even have a fun water slide experience in North Korea?
Oh, like their climate?
It's way up there.
It's pretty north and mountainy. So maybe, I don't know. There's maybe a part on the southern side where they can Have
A couple months. I mean, they have
weather.
parks in like Minnesota and stuff.
Someone who wants to go so bad, you don't know all about their climates.
I mean, they're open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Google knows. That's so funny that they're.
Where's the reviews?
Yeah.
5
Reviews.
stars. 5 stars only.
Look them up on Yelp. I'm not going if it's
Click
below 4
reviews.
stars.
The slides are not safe.
On the right.
I did.
Oh, you
This
click
is,
to
this
the
is
right.
Reddit.
Oh, to the right though.
I
Okay.
did. I clicked it.
All right.
Yeah. They're currently closed.
All right.
Only 6 outdoor water slides and 2 indoor water slides.
Yeah. What's great is
That's
during the
plenty.
winter when they're not using it as a water park, it's a great internment camp for political enemies. So can't wait to check that out.
That's efficiency. Okay.
All right.
61. Any other closing thoughts on
Sorry for the tangent.
61 kg?
We had a couple
did
tangents.
I did pick Jax to win bronze.
You got Suda.
I got Suda winning.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah.
Jax finds a way.
Yeah.
Jax
love it.
finds a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
To medal.
Oh, to medal?
Yeah, I'm not ready to call him a champion yet. World champion yet.
That's a pretty good like podium. It's just like 61 is just going to be so hard to predict.
I don't know. I think that Kazakhstan guy's going to place now.
Yes, and Geldy.
He's too big. All right. That's 61. I'm scared now. Thanks, dude.
People should be scared of
You should be scared.
these lower weights. They're gnarly guys.
They're treacherous. That should be an Olympic weight.
So, Second Long Worlds U20s, as we've said, starts this upcoming weekend is when it starts with men's freestyle, starts on Sunday, women's freestyle on Tuesday, and Greco on Thursday. So be sure to tune in to that. We should also mention Mason Parris returning to wrestling.
He's back.
Heck yeah.
He
Well,
tried football for a year and a half, but said, hey, I'm coming back to wrestling, trying to make the LA Olympics.
That would be really fun to like be good enough to just go to a football camp and then, do tryouts and just be in the whole NFL, world.
CP hated this.
I don't want anybody to do other sports,
Yeah.
but you can't deny that like being like part of like the NFL.
well, I just
for a year
didn't.
and a half.
Yeah, I just thought it was just a totally unrealistic thing. But reading his post, it sounded like he almost it was like something he had to explore before he could like jump full in back with 2 feet into wrestling. So for that reason, it makes sense.
He had an itch that he badly needed to scratch, and now he's done.
Yes. So now he's locked in on wrestling, which has always been my point. And yeah, that's good. I mean, it'll be interesting, if Wyatt medals, this he's going to really be in the driver's seat here for, the next quad, unless Gable comes back, which
I'll say true, but a good Mason Parris, like who's his main opposition, that's gonna stop him.
yeah, who's going to stop him?
From getting to Wyatt, and then we're in the same boat.
That's a good point.
You have to win 2 matches, either way. Once you get there,
That will be a crazy, crazy series. They had a crazy match at the World Team Trials.
Had two crazy
where
matches.
Mason or Wyatt got up by 9 points, and then Mason came back,
Mason got up. Wyatt came back
Back.
with a bunch of guts.
and then Mason teched him.
And then Mason, did he?
I think
that was at the U.S. Open.
that's the one I'm
That was
thinking
at the
of.
US
Oh, I'm
Open,
thinking of World
and then
Team
You're
Trials.
thinking of World Team Trials. Both those matches were nuts. I can.
Just complete swings where they
that'd be
just
good.
threw defense out the window for a bit. Each guy forgot how to wrestle defense.
Yeah, Wyatt gutted Mason so many times. It made me like worried. I'm like, whoa,
You're gonna be all right.
Is Mason gonna be all right at Worlds with that? But I think Wyatt's really got that kind of parterre game that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's exciting.
Shoot.
It'd be so great if Wyatt just like goes ham at Worlds and nobody can stop his gut.
We're gonna need ham.
I'm gonna mentally manifest some ham
All right,
at Wyatt.
right on.
All right.
Cool.
Should we get to questions?
Sure. Yeah.
We also
Before we get to questions, I do want to shout out our friends at Nike Wrestling Athlete PS. They make phenomenal wrestling shoes, but not just wrestling shoes. Nike Wrestling offers so much more than just elite performance footwear. With a team of world-class designers and apparel experts, Nike Wrestling can service all your team outfitting and event merchandising needs, from design to production to on-site execution. Contact team sales at athleteps.com to get started.
Sweet.
We talked about reviews for the Moonsu Water Park, we got reviews right here for the Inflict 4. 5 stars.
5-star.
5 stars only, baby.
There you
5-star
go.
shoe. Yeah, look, sizes are already going fast, so pick them up now.
There you go.
Awesome.
Cool. Question
Questions?
time? All right, let me get them up and rolling. All right. Slink asks, what are some nominees for someone having the best tournament of all time? He said, example, Soslin in 2016, Brewer 2015.
Now, what I want to know
et cetera.
is, does he mean best tournament of all time compared to their normal performance, or just like they beat the most hammers? I thought above average performance from that athlete.
I think that's kind of what it means. Like you dominated a field that was like maybe it was a little unexpected. Like Brewer, he was the 11 or 12 seed or something crazy, maybe even higher, and dominated everyone. Smoked Dardanes, who was the I think undefeated 1 seed. Romanov in 16. He lost in 15 to someone. Chamizo beat Asgarov, and I don't remember who beat Romanov in 15. Could have still been Chamizo, but it might have been Navruzov. Navruzov stepped over his gut
Yeah.
Iktor.
because Romanov gutted everyone
Yep.
in 14. And then in 15, Navruzov, I think, stepped over and maybe pinned him.
Yeah, it was a pin.
Crazy. This was a monster field in 2015. Great. I mean, this was Chamizo's breakout because we hadn't seen him since
The transfer from Cuba.
He was like a 55 kilo or whatever.
2011. He was a little guy. And then he beat Mohammadi, super good from Iran. He also beat Asgarov, the Olympic champion.
Oh, Novachkov.
And Novachkov and Romanov had a crazy controversial match. There's so many good guys at this weight. But anyways, this isn't even the weight we're talking. I mean, this was kind of like, for me, this Chamizo match, this would be a candidate for me. Because Chamizo became like immediately my favorite international wrestler that wasn't an American. And just like his style was so insane. This was such a good weight. No one was talking about Frank Chamizo going into this. Like this would, if we did this segment, like, I don't know, Kozak would probably have figured it out and put him in. Like, oh, this guy medaled for Cuba, but like,
Yeah. Well, you were
No one
looking
was
at it
talking
like,
about
oh, Italy. They're not going to have anybody. They're Italy. They're.
Chamizo honestly kind of sounds Italian, so you might just think he's an Italian person.
I wouldn't have immediately gone like, oh no, he's got to be Cuban.
Yeah,
Chamizo.
Hey,
exactly.
Frankie Chamizo.
So that's a good one for me. I mean, you should pull the Romanov one in 16. 1 year later was crazy.
Yeah.
For Kudakov.
He killed Asgarov in the final. I think he went just bananas that whole bracket. Honestly, Ono last year, that was a crazy when we were aware of him and maybe even thought he could win.
Beat Marcus at U20s the year before.
So we knew, no, that like a month before.
Oh yeah, that year.
But to massacre Agoyev, massacre Vito, and then win in the finals by Tech, basically teched his way through. That was unreal.
I'm not as familiar with the bracket, but if you're just talking about like unreal, unpredictable runs, Mark Branch, I know going in NCAAs his freshman year, had like a losing record.
7-9.
Unseeded.
Yeah.
And ended up winning. I can't remember his path though and who exactly he beat, but
Tajudinov.
Oh yeah.
Tasman.
Yeah. He was a little bit well known. Like I had him finishing bronze, but I wouldn't have never predicted him to tech Kyle Snyder and beat Sadulayev the way he did and just run through everybody.
Yeah.
Varner was not a lot of people's pick in 2012.
Oh, nobody's.
Yeah, he did benefit from an injury.
Well, but that's part of this.
Yeah, but I don't know
I
that.
don't think that's
Or
the
like
best
I guess
question.
yeah, like
That would be the difference between like a Romanov that just had to murder
True.
everybody, and not to take anything away from Snyder. I don't like people who try to
Varner.
give him like an asterisk or whatever. It's like, no, he beat all the guys. He won the bracket, but it was not the same of just. It was also won a lot of like 2-1 matches.
if Godoyev could have beaten Yazdani in that bracket, that would have been a crazy run. Yazdani winning it wasn't that crazy, and he came out of the other side opposite Godoyev and Jordan.
Dude, that side was a joke.
That's why it's not
Yeah,
winning that bracket is like it's a great bracket to win, but his path was.
That was the most uneven bracket
Big.
ever. Jamalov, your goat. He went through a lot.
I mean, they tried to rig it against him.
They-
That was crazy. That path was just dumb.
yeah, and then he had the pigtail too, and it wasn't like a gimme.
The pigtail was Cotty, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pulled up the list of NCAA champions over all of history. Max Dean winning his year
yeah.
was like,
Beating Miles Martin.
Miles
yeah,
Martin.
he
Well,
did. Yeah, he
Drew
did.
Foster.
No.
oh no,
You're confused.
I am confused.
Max didn't win that.
Max
year.
didn't win that year.
Drew Foster
won.
Foster did.
Yeah.
Max did the heavy lifting.
Yes. Yeah.
It was the classic, you loosen the pickle jar. Max got it real loose, and then Drew's like, "Give me that thing." Popped it right off. Just kidding. That's not really how the tournament works. Before I get yelled at by people that yell. Can't take a joke seriously.
People who yell.
What else would be a good one? Well, this is good.
It's a good question.
Good job.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Oh, Mekhi
You-
Lewis's freshman year
Yeah.
went through some hammers.
Mm-hmm. Beat Chenzo, beat Bull, beat Wick, I think. Didn't see Chance that bracket, but yeah, that was a really good run.
Okay.
Cool. Next question.
Next question from Taylor Skeens. Could a strong showing by D. Lockett springboard him into contention heading into his freshman season for the Cowboys?
I honestly don't. I think most people think D. Lockett can make the finals next year at 165. I think everyone is super high on it. Maybe it could, if anything, if he has it's more the opposite. Like if he doesn't have a great showing, it could maybe put some maybe necessary, maybe not necessary water on the fire of like his expectations coming in year one, right? Like I do think he's going to do really well as a freshman. He's ready to go and will beat a lot of the guys, but
You'd have to have like a really dominant performance to really move the needle up, because it's already so high.
yes, he was second already at Junior Worlds, U20 Worlds. It's always juniors to me.
Juniors and
I will
cadets.
try to correct myself.
I actually like U20, U17 better.
It makes
This is,
way more
like,
sense.
way more easy to understand from like someone who's never
Yeah.
been involved in
The
wrestling.
relevant
before.
information is right there in the name. It's not as poetic. It's not as
Yeah.
fun to write about. But for the uninitiated and the fact that it's still not the more popular style even in the U.S., I think it's good that they changed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, can you be 20 or 17 if you turn it like later in that year?
It should be called like 20 and under.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they use for like soccer international competitions. They call it like 16 under,
20U
18
instead of
under. Yeah.
U20 because it's not under 20. You could technically.
That might still be taking it from the French or something. I never figured
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Should be like the less than or equal to 20.
yeah. Just
symbol.
add another symbol. Just a couple shift buttons.
Okay. Matt Moran asked, do you think JB will end up coaching at Penn? How long do you think it will take that money to turn into a top-tier team finish for them? So I think he's referring to the
20 million.
20 milli.
The 20 milli legitly.
Mhm.
I don't see JB coaching at Penn. I feel like if that was an opportunity he wanted it, he could have probably made that happen for himself. So, and I don't know, how are they going to deploy that money? Is that going to be, all in a room or, I don't know. It's tough to say how that's
They release plans for a room.
Yeah.
Or am I,
Yeah.
did I make that up in my head?
I think they're
No.
trying to raise 34 milli.
34.
I think
they
that's
got-
what they're
20 is not enough.
The 20, I believe, is a lot of it going to the wrestling room itself, which is already a pretty nice sized room and has everything you need. But they want to make it like one of the top tier rooms in the country, which they can do with a nice $20 million donation.
Yeah.
And then Jordan is already coaching
This academy.
the club team.
Yeah.
And I could see him really focusing on that for a while. And that provides him with a lot of flexibility too. When you're the head coach of a major program, your time is completely committed to all the many responsibilities of a major head coach.
Yeah.
It would probably have to be a blue blood program
That's
that
what
would
I think.
entice Jordan enough. He might not even do it then, but it has to be a program like a Penn State, Iowa, Oklahoma State, Ohio State, etc. that
That will
will
have the
lure him
resources.
away from the life he currently lives.
And then we'll provide him also with more help and resources and assistance and things
Right.
like that.
Hey, did you see? I don't want to self promote here, but
Ken.
did you see the information I put? I thought this was really interesting. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
grilled me on the spot.
I did. And you got the top 5.
Yeah, I
You
got
got
this.
the top 5 right.
I got this tweet in real time.
Well, what did, for all the people that aren't looking at
Oh,
it,
sorry.
So yeah, you can bring this in. So I did the last 10 team tournament finishes. This is finished by team, not by individual. Somebody did ask me that. But Penn State's average finish the last 10 years is 1.6, which is nuts.
pretty good.
But it's just ranking the schools by their average finish over the last 10 years. And I was, I don't know, somewhat surprised to see some schools where they were at. And I just thought it was like a good metric of like kind of showing like these are the top programs. Now, it doesn't necessarily account for some of the schools like Iowa State, who's certainly like they're on the rise, but over the last 10 years, they're 18th with an average team finish of 21.
Last year didn't help.
Last year didn't help. And then also like 17, 18, I think they were like 45th and 50th. So that brings them down pretty
Yeah,
significantly.
you and I ahead of them.
Yep. You and I. At 4.
Arizona State feels like they had a couple like trophy years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it goes to show, look how fast it gets to, all right, now we're in the 20s or whatever, because this is a big debate in the, or was in the message boards, is like everybody goes, oh, they should be a perennial top 10 or a perennial top 20 team. And you go, okay, but no team makes the top, you're like the team, you're thinking,
Math.
yeah, you're going to say there's 30 teams that should be top 20 teams every year. Like in your mind, that's just what you're thinking. So when one of those teams doesn't finish in the top 20, which is bound to happen, you go, oh, what's going on? Why aren't they? They should always be in the top 20. But
I am surprised on Missouri. Just off the top of my head, obviously, I feel like they're always a really good team. The narrative is sometimes they don't have the best NCAAs, and you just go, who has the 6th highest finish at NCAAs over the past decade? I probably would have put them more like 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, them ahead of Oklahoma State.
yeah, that's,
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
the
we
thing
would.
that really stands out.
I don't think we would have said that. I probably would have had them in the top 10. But yeah, as far as 6, I'm with JD on that for sure.
That was Bader's big thing is when he got there, it was Brian Smith, like maybe a second year or whatever, was Brian Smith's first. And Brian Smith is telling the whole team of guys that are not blue chip recruits at that point, hey, we're going to take on Oklahoma State. Like, that's our goal. And Bader was like, no, we're not. He's like, what is this? Like, come on, be serious. And then, the credit to Coach Smith and what he's been able to do. And that's pretty good evidence of them accomplishing that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And what made me think about this was the question about Penn. And I think just to give perspective of like where they're at now, their average finish over the last 10 years is 32nd or 33rd almost if you round up. So like what should the realistic expectations be for Penn? And even like the investment is huge. And for them, I think to be a top 30 team, like if they were a top 30 team in football, like that would be amazing.
That's like
Yeah.
Ryder being 28th. Tell that to a non-wrestling fan, and they're going to be like, who the hell is Ryder?
Yeah.
I mean, I would know.
But like Ryder above programs like Purdue and West Virginia is crazy.
That's how hard it is to win. It's the are you guys familiar with the Red Queen syndrome? It means
No,
you
I'm
gotta
not.
work
Of course.
You got to work harder and harder. It's from Alice in Wonderland. You have to keep working harder and harder just to stay in the same place. So that treadmill that you're on keeps going faster, and so you got to keep working hard and raising more money and getting more. But you're not going any higher because everybody else is also keeping pace. So to jump a level, takes the tremendous effort that I don't think people
It's
appreciate.
harder to repeat and get to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what you're saying.
Okay.
Similar.
All right, back to questions. Sways asks, team with the best shot in D1 that didn't have an All-American in 2025 season that will possibly have 2.
Pull in the
26.
team rankings real quick.
All right.
So,
Team
I need to
tournament
think
rank.
about-
I'll
Didn't have an A in
yeah.
25.
Well, it could just maybe just be like who didn't have the best.
Pull in the.
I'm going to
team-
get him.
Okay. D1 plays for Rutgers. Yeah, Shaver plays for Rutgers last year, right? I'm pretty sure he did.
He may not have.
It's true. There's no legal protection
know-
there, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay.
All right, let's look at this. All right, all those people had All-American. Illinois had All-Americans. Stanford had Garvin. They'd be a good one. Cornell did. Okay, keep going down. We got to get to worse teams. Not worse, less successful a year ago.
Did Pitt?
Pitt. No, they did not have an All-American.
Maybe they still have Stout.
Well, West Virginia.
Pitzer.
West
They
Virginia had Hall,
Hall.
but he's not back. Waters and Jet, 2 AAs. South Dakota State did.
Shawver did not AA last year,
Dang,
by the way.
wrong again.
So did Rutgers have none?
Rutgers, Dean Peterson didn't, Shawver didn't, Oliveri didn't, Andrew Clark, Connor Hare, Anthony White, Jackson Turley, no. Oh, did Slav.
Slav did.
Slav did not.
All right.
Or Rutgers.
Katka, Shawver.
Boom.
There you go.
Got him.
Did Romney make the podium?
Yeah, he was like fourth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, good candidate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got a lot of new guys.
Yeah, Rutgers, Oklahoma. Those are probably two
Yeah.
good picks there.
Cool. Good question.
Good question, Cowboy. All right. You okay?
I wanted to ask Eric this on the show.
Oh,
He
yeah.
talked about rice
Yeah.
and potatoes and chicken.
You'd starve on these overseas trips.
I thought a lot about this one.
Read the question for us.
So y'all giving up rice or potatoes for the rest of your life? And there's a couple.
Rice.
It's gonna be
Okay,
potatoes
well-
for JD, I think.
Well, the
That's my
question
guess.
is, do I lose like everything potato related, like potato chips?
Yes.
I think. Oh
You
my.
lose it all. Yeah, everything in the family.
Yeah, but Pringles are fine.
Well, then like even stuff
Rice.
made from.
No Rice Krispies, no Rice Krispie treats.
Well, that's Tyler, not me.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So my thought on this: rice is it's never gonna wow you. You're never gonna be like, oh,
I don't know. I love rice.
see, not me. But like rice with like a Mexican meal or whatever, Mediterranean. It's like, oh, it goes good with it. Good utility.
Paella.
But like potatoes peak, like good mashed potatoes with gravy. Like there's nothing that's
See, I was almost going the opposite, where I'm like, I like a primo meal like with rice is like better to me than
So-
like a side of mashed potatoes or
I'm just going to bring up
whatever.
the Mitch Hedberg.
But you get so much more versatility with potatoes.
Rice is really good if you're hungry and you want like
1,000 of one thing.
1,000 of
Yeah.
something.
Thanks, Norm.
That was Mitch Hedberg. I
Mitch
just
Hedberg.
said.
Mitch, sorry.
Kozak, do you have a perspective here?
I would give up rice.
Me too.
I am eating rice for lunch today, though.
I think I would give up
I don't know.
potatoes.
The convenience of rice is great.
But I like JD's point in that it goes in so many different dishes. Or maybe you brought that.
I feel like, yeah.
And then potatoes to me just they're just so dense, which I know is like part of the appeal is that they're great caloric value in a potato. I just think rice is tastier, and I'll eat rice cakes or whatever instead of potato chips. That's fine.
Yeah. My kids are rice fiends.
Yeah.
I think I'd give up potatoes.
Okay.
It's just crazy.
That's what I thought you would do. Next question.
All right, Avery Lynch. Which college wrestling team has the social media?
Ooh.
I'll go first. Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they do a really good job. They give you a lot more
Virginia Tech.
access. Virginia Tech does an awesome job. Shout out Ethan.
I want to shout out. I'd like to see whoever is responsible at Iowa for Stroll with Sam Stoll and Good Mirror in America. We haven't had a new segment lately.
true.
Those were two of my faves.
Yeah, those were good times.
Was that Iowa or was that just those guys?
No, they did. It
That
was.
was like a team. It was edited
University.
pretty fun. Like it was good stuff.
I would say. Well, I wouldn't say like Penn State's getting more in the. They're showing a little bit more. I don't know how much of that is like the DT Oklahoma State's like so forward, but you're just seeing a little bit more of the Penn State personality on social media. They're showing more clips from the room and a little more behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
More notable than really answering Avery's question.
Okay.
But it does make it interesting because they are Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah. Virginia Tech's got some good stuff. They always.
That's what Kozak said.
Oh, you already said that.
Yeah, you're in a timeout now.
All right. Anything else I missed?
Yeah.
Catch you up to speed in the last 20 seconds.
All right, Steve. He asks, it's been a while since we've had a free landscaping update at your house. Are they still mowing the lawn for free? And if not, how did it stop? did they ever contact you?
Yeah, so longtime listeners know that there was just a brigade of landscapers that would just show up at my house for the first couple of years of me living in Texas and just mow it, and we didn't understand why. And we used to be like, all right, let's just not say anything and just see if it just keeps happening. And it did for literally years. And no, they do not do it anymore for free. We found out, so we're like, well, did our landlord, because we rented our home for a while, now we own it, but we're like, maybe the landlord like did it, but it was like literally in our agreement that we were responsible for all that. Like, I don't mind, I've mowed my whole life, but then they did it for so long. But then once we bought the house outright, they stopped showing up. So
But for a lifelong mower, it's no big deal.
for a lifelong mower, that's not a big deal. And now Caleb is very a money hungry young man, so he does it, so that's nice.
And you got to bribe them.
No bribe. I mean,
Oh, you pay him.
yeah, a little something. Of course, I'm thinking about like, I never
got paid.
I mowed giant. I mean, we had these fields. I had to mow them.
Multiple fields.
I wouldn't even have thought. Yes, well, we called them fields. They're not like it's a lot to mow. I'll tell you that. It would take you
Acres.
acres. Yeah, it takes a long time.
You had a nice ride on a little Catawba or a John Deere.
Yeah, but it would take a long time.
Well, ride mowing's nothing. You just put on some headphones and you're
Hey,
gonna tan.
there's no headphones in 1996. I don't have a
Yes, there definitely was.
No.
There were Walkmen back
Listen, one percenter. I didn't have that technology, and the audio. There wasn't noise canceling stuff technology.
I didn't have like Bose headphones or whatever,
In
but I had a tape player that
1997.
I could listen to Nirvana on.
All right, rich boy. Let's call anyone with any sort of Walkman. All right, Prince. You Saudi chic. I'm not saying headphones. My theory is not that they didn't exist in.
You literally said headphones didn't exist.
Roll the tape.
We didn't have headphones back then.
It was not a mainstream thing. Listen, no one would mow with headsets in 1996. You would be able to hear it.
I mean, that's a point. I
I'm
mowed
pretty
lawns
sure
back then. I did not mow lawns with my Walkman on,
Yeah,
my headphones.
My point still stands. I push mode.
yeah. I push mode a lot. Once I didn't live at.
Oh, look at that.
No,
We're vindicated.
of course not.
What?
You think
Anything AI?
Yeah, AI overview to tell me that people weren't mowing with headphones in 1996? Give me a break. But yeah, I would have never thought to ask for a dime from my parents in this entitled generation.
I would get laughed at.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't want to do it. So
No more free mowing.
I don't want to mow. So whatever.
Caleb doesn't listen when you tell him to do chores.
No, he does, but it's I just don't feel like it.
It's easier to
It's
just
fine.
pay him to be quiet.
Honestly, it's $10 to mow the entire yard. That's
God, when you're made out of money, that's nothing.
$10 is not very much. It takes him, a while.
Yeah, you have one of those.
That's
trees
not. That
with
doesn't sound like
throws.
minimum wage.
Huh?
I'm gonna talk to Caleb. He needs to be earning minimum wage.
No.
That's illegal.
Him and Natalie going to unionize.
Yeah.
All right. Mystic Matt asks, who are the most intimidating wrestlers of all time?
First two that come to mind are Mako and Metcalf
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for me.
Ramos is pretty. Got the stare down.
He did have the stare down.
Hmm.
Krellin.
Yeah. Just like
Oh,
aura.
yeah.
Aura.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of like Zane Rutherford or both Deans doing the bow and arrow. That's what I think of. Like, man, I could never get on a mat. Obviously not or whatever. But when you see that, you just go like, man, that stinks. When you're just inflicting that much pain on someone. That's the type of person that if I was putting myself in the shoes of a contemporary wrestler, that'd be like, this is gonna suck.
Who's the guy from Northern Colorado that kept trying to injure people?
Oh, Baylor Fernandez.
That guy.
I don't know if that counts as intimidating and just.
I'd be intimidated. Like, I'm going to get hurt.
Okay. Virginia's for FRL. What was your favorite worlds thus far? And then we liked Spay's follow-up question. What was your favorite? What was your favorite word?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But Virginia's for FRL thought you had. You did a typo and just thought you were asking for his worlds, which I'll read. He said 2023 was really good.
Yeah.
This is not one we've been to, just any world championship?
I mean, 2017.
That's what I was gonna
with the
say.
walk-off. Favorite I've been to. I don't know what that would be. I mean,
To me, it's 15 because I didn't have to work. I was just there as a spectator, and it was in Vegas, and it ended, and I brought it up, pretty recently. But yeah, and the second to last day with a Burroughs win as the last match, and then you end the last day with a Snyder win for the last match, and then just the whole arena then marches out of the arena through the tunnel, just chanting USA and just being pumped about wrestling. It's that was something where I've still never seen something like that on U.S. soil. They have it in Iran or whatever, but I've never been around an environment like that ever again.
that was amazing. Very fun tournament. A lot of good ones.
There's something special about like the 2013, 2014 worlds where you could barely watch like the stream, and you're like trying to like find out information, and then the stream would go down, and I don't wish for that to happen again, but I like the nostalgia of the memory,
Yeah.
It makes you like part of a community.
Yeah, you really did. 14 especially.
Yes.
Uzbekistan was just
Up in the middle of the night, I remember trying to do like I didn't take any vacation and trying to like burn the candle at both ends, like go to work and then whatever. It got pretty bad at the end of trying to watch.
Yeah.
You go on Twitter and everybody's just pumped about wrestling. There was no nastiness. It was
I know.
It was a nice community back then.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. Matt Smith says, is there a 70 kilogram world title rated the same as the 74 kg world title, non-Olympic weight versus Olympic weight?
I mean, I look at them. We do this. This sort of annoys me sometimes, like when the non-Olympic weights are treated a little differently in World's years, because, I mean, I think they're all really, really tough weights. But, like, we don't do that with NCAAs. Like, oh, wow, he won 141 this year or 165 this year. But, like, Worlds, which is a way, way higher level of wrestling than college, it kind of gets a little – I mean, there's – in every single wrestling event, there is a toughest weight and a less tough weight. And sometimes it is the 70. Sometimes it could be 57. Honestly, and that's my thing. Like, I would say that there's Olympic weights that are not as good as some of the non-Olympic weights. Like, compare 57 and 61. Compare heavyweight and 61, or even 70, which I think is pretty deep as well. So, no, I don't. It rates the same for me.
Yeah, especially 70. I think 92 is the one that kind of makes it look bad for all the other
That's
92 is tough though.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, 92 is like kind of like, did we need that weight?
Yeah.
Like, of all the, I don't know,
Greco doesn't need it because they go from
87 to
87, 97, but they need 55.
They need 55.
They need 55 and 60.
Non-Olympic, 55 non-Olympic, super necessary.
I'd be curious to see how other sports, like, does track and field have stuff that are at World Championship events but not at the Olympics? I don't actually know enough about track and field. Or, like, is there a swimming event that is competed at?
They don't have to make those concessions.
No way to know.
But there might be some Olympic sports that do have to make
Yeah.
stuff like
fencing. Is there more fencing, swords?
I do agree with you, but that being said, and especially in years post-Olympics, it's going to be a lot more even. But like the year before Olympics, it's kind of undeniable that a lot of the best guys will position themselves to be at an Olympic weight. Like, not your maybe your tier 2 guys, but like your really good, like, pound for pound guys. You don't see them as much in the in between weight classes.
We've even heard about federations that specifically will pay you differently if you go an Olympic weight versus a non-Olympic weight.
That's why Yazdani's jumping from 86 to 97.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to go.
That's why Sadulayev only did 92 1 year.
Man, I hope they can get him in the country. I think.
Yeah.
I hope that. I really want to see it.
You know, it's interesting, JD, because I would agree with you. I was thinking the same thing about the year before, but like 2023, you look at some of the non-Olympics, like
Higuchi doesn't go 57 if it's not
that's
the year
true.
Before.
But you got Vito and Abasgadze at the top with Zumishbek, Ulu, and Bronze. This guy's a fraud. Fartinadze.
Also, come on.
Yeah,
Funny name, yeah. But 70, Zayn, Amir Yazdani, Ramazanov, Andreessen. 79, you got Usmanov, Gamkalidze, Nako. Like, those medalists are still
No, absolutely.
dogs.
I'm talking very like.
The depth. For
I mean, I would.
And I'm saying 1%.
It's not so outsized the level of talent that it's like, oh well, this is
Correct.
You need to. No asterisks need be involved.
No,
in this discussion.
no, they're still so deep.
Correct.
All right, last question because it's 11:29.
Oh my
Dan
gosh.
Calderon asks, will we see Oklahoma State versus Penn State in the next 5 years?
We might need an executive order to make this one happen. I don't think so. I do not think this.
Really?
No.
Not even at
What can we do?
some dual tournament or something.
They're not going to go to a dual tournament.
That the other one.
What can we
Yeah.
do to make it
Can
happen?
happen in 5 years, maybe.
We got change.org. Is that still a thing?
GoFundMe. Let's just.
GoFundMe,
Yeah.
change.org.
If we raise $1 billion,
Okay. You know what? Start that GoFundMe.
just,
Start a GoFundMe.
Mr. Paycom already did a GoFundMe.
I know. What the heck?
well, we need a stretch goal on that.
Yeah. I mean, if that doesn't tell you,
That's year one, though. Year one.
okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't put the odds at
But I do
0,
agree
but I
with
would
you,
not
though.
bet on it happening. So
There's no, I just don't think the upside is there in Penn State's mind. Like only bad can happen, right? We'll see
No,
him.
it's not
we'll
worth
see him,
it.
We'll see him at NCAAs. Is my thought. Would love to see it. It would be. It's the number one duel to make this year, next year. Like it's the match, right? But it's not gonna happen. We're gonna see a lot of amazing duels this year, so it's okay. But yeah, it's a bummer.
can't have everything.
No, we can't.
Way to end the show on a bummer, bro, Zach.
Yeah, what the heck? I was
Yeah.
gonna,
I'm not the one who said it's not going to happen. That was Christian.
Let's answer the question.
I think it's going
but
to
you
happen.
knew you do.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna come together as a community, and we're gonna be the change.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Positivity. We're gonna make it happen. You know what? It can happen. I'm a optimistic person by nature.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps too much so.
We'll use the power of positive thinking.
That's right. Tony Robbins, is that his thing?
That's what Steve Spade used to say a lot.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
All right. That's what we're gonna
he
do.
didn't like negativity either.
I like Steve. I've never met
Him
him.
and Steve would get along great, I think.
That's great. All right. Well, hopefully I meet him someday. Maybe at a Lehigh thing.
He should be coming down here soon. He had a couple surgery type things, but he's now that he's healthier. Maybe in the winter,
Okay.
him and Stephen Lisa can make a trip down to Austin.
Stephen Lee. Maybe get them on the show.
Yeah, that would be electric.
Kick Kozak and JD off one episode. No, me. No, it's just you three down here.
Oh, Spade
Yeah.
takeover.
Flow Wrestling Spadio Live.
Vacation, baby.
Ooh, Spadio live.
All right, pitch Stephen Lisa on this.
I think they'd be
Pilot.
in.
Parent Radio.
Steve likes to talk wrestling. This is one of his favorite things.
Just only do Lehigh stuff.
Well, yeah, you would
And
run,
then
you'd
your
run through
mom-
the limits of his knowledge pretty quickly.
no, but then your mom just has to tell funny raising Andrew Spay stories.
She could tell. She loves when she was here. She loves telling the story of when she went. They would go on dates together back when they were at Lehigh. They would go to wrestling duels. That was their thing. And then one guy from an opposing team was warming up and winked at my mom. And she's told that story like 1,000 times.
Dang. And then what'd Steve do?
I don't know. Laughed.
Well, I'm not beating that guy up. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to our friends at Nike Wrestling, especially. Head to athleteps.com. Get all your Nike wrestling gear. We're going to be back on Thursday. No JD. We'll figure it out. The show will go on. Wish safe travels to JD. Maybe send us a quick 30-second update from Bulgaria.
Okay.
Show us a dish maybe you're eating. Could be anything. Just give people a taste of that Bulgarian lifestyle.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you to our guest, Eric Olanowski, for joining us. That was great. We should have him on again. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, Andrew. Kozak, put on the hat, Andrew. We'll leave you with this shot of Andrew wearing this hat from Kyrgyzstan. Thank you so much. See you next time. Goodbye.